right, who's out there? All right, let's get cranking. Let's get going. I'm here. I'm ready to roll if you guys are ready to roll. So before we get started, yeah, I'm sitting down. Unusual. But let's see. Who's out there? Let me know. Put it in the comments. Give me a shout who's out there. I know there's folks out there. Like I always say, there's people out there in the cut, laying in the background. Where's Dave at? I'm here. Where are you guys at? Tonight's going to be a really cool, really fun night. If you're having a difficult time hearing me, let me know. And I got my lights on, so I feel all well lit up and stuff like that there. And I got all the fun things going on around me to keep me organized and keep me together. But if you're here, let me know. We got Fantasy World playing because tonight's going to be a Fantasy World night. And, excuse me, when you jump in, hey Mike, how you doing? Glad to see you. When you jump in, share this live stream with your friends. Let's build the community, let's build the audience. So share this live stream with your people, with your family, with your friends here on Facebook. And we can kind of roll from there. Glad you're here, Mike. Glad you're here. It's good to feel your presence here because I can't see anybody, but it's all good. Let me know if the music is too loud and I'll bring it down, Tad. I'm in the process of getting a new computer. So this old computer is kind of bugging out on me. So if it crashes, I'll come back in on my laptop as I reboot this one back up. And no matter what, we're going to keep it going, all right? So who else is out there? I see people out there, as always, as I always say, laying in the cut. James Riley Stewart. Good evening, buddy. How you doing, man? Glad you're here. Music sounds good. You can hear my voice above the music. Fantasy World, man. I love my boy's guitar solo in this song. He really killed it. Really nice. So tonight's going to be kind of a really cool, special night. And I want some more folks to come in and let them know that I'm here. I'm just kind of getting started, getting acclimated. But it's going to be a real cool night. We're going to, you guys are going to collaborate with me on Fantasy World. You're going to collaborate with me on Fantasy World and come up with a really cool mix. And right off the top of my head, you know, once I finish mixing the song and finishing the song, before I release it, one of the first things I realized was that Fantasy World was a very mixable song. Let me bring the volume down just a little bit. I feel like it's a little bit too loud, but if it's not, you guys let me know. All right? But I'm going to bring it down just a tad, and I can bring it back up when we start working a little bit. There we go. All right. So, you know, you guys let me know if volumes are too low and all that kind of fun stuff. Hey, Margaret, how you doing? Glad you're joining from New Hampshire. It got hazy, hot, and humid here in New York again, damn it. Doesn't make me a happy camper, but hey, it is what it is. I'm not going to complain about it whatsoever. And so, as I was saying about Fantasy World, one of the first things I learned about Fantasy World after I completed the song was that the song was very remixable, right? And right off the top of my head, I came up with like 3 different mixes. And I'm like, wow, if I can come up with 3 different mixes, then I think everybody else in collaboration with me might be able to do more. So what I'm thinking, if we can do more mixes and get more mixes going with this song, we might come up with a version of the song tonight that'll be kind of cool that I can let you guys have once it's all done. You know, so that is the method to my madness. James, you're sounding very good. Okay, everything sounds good. That's a big plus. As I was saying, I got some computer issues. I'm in the process of buying a new computer. Waiting to see what Apple's going to do on their next keynote come this Tuesday. And I'm hoping that they release a computer that I want to get from them, and then I can retire the one that I'm using now, because the one I'm using now I've been using since 2016. 2015, so you're talking about 6 years ago. So it's on its last leg, and it's been in and out of the shop now for the past 4 weeks, and so it's kind of buggy. It's not as stable as it used to be. It was very much stable prior to August of this year, but it's kind of unstable now. So what can I say? So hopefully it won't crash, but if it does crash, don't worry about it. I got my laptop. I'll jump into my laptop, and then we'll roll from there. All right. Hey, Rebecca, how you doing? I'm doing good. Before I get started, I want to thank so many of you folks for all the kind words and all the kind gestures and the comments and stuff from my post last night. The last night, yesterday was kind of a real down day for me spiritually, and I go through that every now and then. I'm human like everybody else, and every now and then, all of my thoughts and all of the negative stuff that goes on around me, and all that kind of stuff, kind of catches up with me. The good thing about that is that because I've worked on healing and a healing process and stuff like that for so many years, it doesn't hold me, it doesn't grip me as long as it used to. It used to, man, I used to be in a funk for like sometimes weeks and months before I could actually pull myself out. But usually now I pull myself out within 24 hours, 48 hours. So I'm feeling really good. Playing last night I was playing my iTunes, right? And I want to change up something for a minute. Hang on a second. So last night I was playing iTunes and I was playing my music and stuff as I'm going through all of this emotional, crazy stuff I'm playing, right? And when you have your iTunes list, you're playing your music off your phone or whatever it may be, quite often it may not play things that you want to hear. And because last night I was in such a downer mood, I wanted to hear songs that I know would make me feel good, hit my heart, soul, my spirit, stuff like that. And I turned on my iTunes thing last night, and it was just, it knew, like my phone, my iTunes list, it knew the songs that I needed to hear. It knew. And it just kept pumping them out, one after one. I spent like 3 hours last night just with headphones on my iTunes thing, because every time I went to close it out and say, okay, let me go to bed now, because I went to bed early last night, because when I get in that kind of a funk, I want to put an end to the day. So I went to bed early last night, about 8:30, and I wanted to turn iTunes off, but I was like, damn, man, this sounds good. I can't turn it off now. I can't turn it off now because this sounds really good. It kept playing, all the songs that I wanted to really hear. That made me feel good. So I went to bed at 8:30, and I tell you, I took my phone and I put it on speakerphone. And after I put it on speakerphone, I set a timer on my cell phone for about an hour, and I just, as Barry White would say, I just let the music play. And when the timer sounded off, it just turned off my iTunes list, and I was asleep. I don't remember it going off or anything, and it was just betterer. For lack of a better word, it was just betterer, and so I really enjoyed it. And so I want to take a minute to thank all of y'all so much, just for, like I said, all the kind words, all the encouragement and stuff like that. I didn't want to bring anybody down or anything like that, but every now and then I need to share it. I can't keep stuff bottled up inside me. I need to just share it. And sometimes coming in here and playing my guitar or playing a keyboard doesn't always do it. Sometimes you just want to share it with people, friends, community, family, whoever it may be, that will make me feel good. And so last night I just felt to post it, and so I did. And I want to thank all of you for just responding and, circling around me, and just all the love and all the support. I really appreciate it very, 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 very much. Hey, Rebecca, how you doing? Glad you're here. Thanks for coming out and joining me tonight. Margaret, Fantasy World sounds good. Yeah, Fantasy World, it sounds good. I still like, for a song that I didn't like very much when I first wrote it back in 1981, I like listening to it now. Every now and then I come out, I turn it on, I just listen to it, and it sounds really cool, really funky. So we're going to get into this remix. And I want to get into it. I think I've waited long enough for those folks who are going to come. Those who come, cool, are here, thank you. And those who don't, they'll catch the replay. It's all good. I want to encourage everybody, while you're watching this, share it. Share it to your Facebook page, share it to your friends' page, your family page, your personal profile, rather. Share it around. So that way you can kind of begin to build and do more stuff, and it'll grow more and more. All right. So with that, excuse me, I want to jump into Fantasy World. Now, once I switch things up here, I'm going to be looking over here. So if anybody's making any comments, it may take me a minute to look over here and see what you're saying. Right now, I can look in front of me and talk and respond. But once we get into the remix aspect of tonight, I won't be able to do that. I have to look over here. So I'm looking all around, all that kind of fun stuff. And, so just bear with me if I'm not just looking at the camera, as all of these streaming gurus say, look at the camera. All right. Okay. So we're going to do this. I want you guys to collaborate with me on, hey, Janie Cole, how you doing? Thanks for joining. I want all of you to just collaborate with me to do a remix on Fantasy World. And as I was saying earlier, once we say, hey, that sounds really good, let's go with that mix, okay? I'll take that mix. I will do what they say, what we call bouncing it. I will bounce all the tracks down, and you'll see what all the tracks are in a few minutes. I'll bounce all the tracks down, and it'll be a final master of that mix. And then I will make that mix that all of you collaborated with me on available to all of you, all right? And I think that's going to be really, really fun. And before I go into that, mark your calendars. The next Thursday night is going to be September 23rd. And we're going to, you guys know I love doing games with y'all. And every time we do games, I lose. But I picked an online game. I picked Hangman. As I was saying before, I picked Hangman. And it's a really cool, fun, animated version, online animated version of Hangman. So we're going to do that on September 23rd. That's going to be a lot of fun. I was in here playing it by myself for like almost an hour. I got hooked on it big time. I was like, damn, man, this is going to be fun. So join me for that. That's going to be February 23rd. Listen to me, February 23rd. I'm way ahead of me. See how my brain works? September 23rd. All right. So with that, let's jump into Fantasy World, the remix collaboration with all of my fans. All right. So we're jumping in the Fantasy World here. And so this is the screen. This is called a DAW, a digital audio workstation. And this is actually how I record my music. So those of you who have been with me for a while, you know that I used to use this program called Logic. Well, I'm weaning myself off of Logic, and I now use this program called Ableton, right? It's called Ableton Pro. And I love it a lot. It does a lot of really cool things. Let me come up to it for a minute right quick. And I hope the computer didn't crash yet. All right, give me a second. All right. Okay, so hang on one second. Let me stop this. So what we can do with this is we're able to change this around. Okay. And what we're able to do is we can now pick different tracks to come in and out of this, right? So if I play it, watch this. First, let me mute everything. Let me mute this, all the tracks, okay? They're now all muted, all right? And now with them being muted, we can bring in certain things. So let's say I click play, and we can bring in first the piano. Okay, so now we have the piano. Let me know if you guys can't hear me, please. Okay, so we have the piano there, but then if we want, we can bring in the drums. Watch. All right. And then we can bring in the bass. So we can use all these different parts here to create a mix. Hang on, let me switch my view. Okay, so that way you guys can see me from that perspective, okay? And give me 1 second. Okay, so now we change the camera view, and so now you can see how I'm changing things up in here. So let me hit this. Take all these out for a minute. Sometimes the tech stuff. So hit play. Okay. So here's one mix that I had in mind. This is what I call the drum and bass mix. Okay. So this mix here, I am able to bring in the drums first. Give them a minute to come in. Okay. Okay, so we have the drums. And now we can bring in just the bass with the drums. So this is what I call the funk mix. All right, this is the funk mix. This is just drums and bass, and we bring in, all right. Bring the horns. So now the solo parts are going to come up also, but this would be drums and bass and percussion. Okay. Well, hang on. There's more volume. Hang on a minute. If I can get the volume up a little bit. I have to switch over here to see things, so bear with me, folks. Did the volume change any there? Okay. Hang on 1 second. There seems to be a technical issue. So hang 1 second, folks. Hang on 1 second. If I can pull this back up, because I want to get the volume up. Everybody's saying the volume's kind of low. So I want to get the volume up a little bit more. Hang on a minute. Let's see how I can do this. Let me switch back. Okay, so there seems to be a little tech glitch going on here, which is highly annoying, Captain. So let me see if I can resolve this, the tech glitch. And if I can resolve that, then we'll be in there. Give me 1 second. Hang on, guys and gals. All right, let's see if that comes up. But everybody can still hear me okay, right? Let me know if you're having a hard time hearing me. I'm going to have to close out one program and then bring it back in. Okay, so Mike, so you can still hear me. That's good. Okay, very good. Okay, great. Thanks, Mike. The program froze up, so I couldn't even go into to bring the volume up for you guys. So give me a second so I can do that. It's coming back up. It's coming back up. No. Hang on. We love technology, don't we? Okay, she is back up. I'm just thankful that the whole computer didn't crash out on me, because since the issue, that's what's been going on. So hang on, folks. Hang on. Open Fantasy World. Let's reopen it. All right. And we're going to make it a full screen. And then we're going to jump right back into it. Full screen is there. Let me bring up the volume. Okay. Should be hearing volume up now, right? Should be getting louder now. Give it a second. I gotta look over here because this is all blocked for me now. Pull some of this stuff out. All right, we're back up. All right, so now let's go back to the beginning. Let me shift it back. Okay, so now you guys are going to see the actual stream. So let me mute all of this. Let me go back to here where you guys get my overhead view. Hang on, folks. You gotta just love the tech issues. Okay, so now we should be back to where we should have been before. So this is now my screen. Okay, this is the screen. This is where Fantasy World now lives on this whole screen right here. This is the whole song. Drums, percussion, bass, guitar, the whole 9 yards is right here. Okay, and so now I have everything muted out. So now if we want to go in and say, let's just play the drums, we can come here. Drums are the very top track. We can come here, hit play, and let's do this drum bass mix. All right. Hey Teresa, how you doing? All right, volume is up. All right, everybody tell me that's very good. Problem solved. So they're the drums. Now let's get a little bit funky with this. Watch this. Drop the bass in. Okay. We got that going. Now we can also bring in the synth. I'll bring it down a little bit. So this I call a bass and drum funky kind of mix. Okay, we got that going. Then from there, now the piano comes in, the piano solo can come in. So let me know what you think about this one. See, I like this mix also because it's just funky. And we can also do this too. Watch this with guitar. The wah-wah guitar. Okay. You see? So you guys put it in the comments. Let me know if this bass drum funky mix works for the song for y'all. Let me know. I'm watching comments, see what's going on. A lot going on around me. Already had one crash, but it's all good. All right. To me, it's like really mellow, really laid back. Mike likes this one. I think it's kind of cool too. Hey, Broccoli, all is very well. Thank you. It's been a minute. I'm happy to be back. Now I can bring in, what I want to bring in here? Vocals. I can bring the vocals here if I want. Watch.
Do you know how much I love you so? I think that's something, girl, I want you to know. I think of you all the time in this fantasy world of mine. Fantasy world of
All right. So that is the bass, what I call a bass and funk mix to me. That's like a bass and funk thing, you know, with the solos in there as well, with the vocals in there. Let me know what you think about that one. Then there's another one I came across, which I call a piano mix. Now, this is one of my favorite mixes also because this is no drums, maybe percussions. Y'all let me know if percussions may or may not work, but it's no drums, no heavy stuff. It's mostly just piano, the two pianos that I have on here, and vocals and strings, and just all the pretty things of the song. So all the harsh things of the songs, like drums and the percussions and all the heavier things, crashes and stuff, remove those out, right? We want to remove those out and just make it the piano. So I would call this the smooth, laid back, chill piano mix. So let me pull it up. Let me get it started. All right. You can put the guitar, you can put the acoustic guitar. So let me just play it for now. Hang on, let me start playing. Hang on, because I'm getting psyched out. Here you go. All right. Regular start out point. Right? And I wouldn't even put the bass in this. Watch. This is very cool how this can happen. I put the strings in, yes. Piano solo. Acoustic guitar. This is all pretty stuff. My vocals go in here. Real mellow. Yeah. Forgot to put the horns in. All right, so what do you guys think about this one? I love this one. This is so mellow. Little bit of percussion bells.
Do you know how much I love you so? I think that's something, girl.
So what do y'all think of this one?
I want you to
I think this one is really pretty.
I think of you all the time in this fantasy world of mine.
Now here you go, the nice
Fantasy
guitar solo. I love this one too, Mike. This just sounds really nice to me. This is at home with somebody that you love. You put this on the background and the rest becomes night history. Now, I don't mean David Night History. I mean Night. Quiet Storm. Yeah. letting it play through, get the full. Thanks, Barkley. Yeah, it sounds good, but I know you're a heavy vocal person. We're getting there. Okay. So that one is the piano mix. All right. So everybody let me know your thoughts on that one. I like that one a lot. I think that that one is just so calm, cool, mellow. You know, it's like all the pretty things in that one just kind of stand out. You know what I mean? Just kind of stand out and they're just in your face, but it's just relaxing. So let me know again in the comments if you like that one. And there's another, and also, you know, put in the comments what y'all would like to hear. You know, maybe there's a mix that you may have in mind. I mean, many of you know the song already. Just the right amount of vocals sounds good. Yeah, thank you, Mike. I think so too. I mean, it's more of an instrumental song. Now, I mean, when I first wrote the song, it was a pop R&B ballad with had vocals all over it. But I actually like this one. I like this version, the instrumental jazz version, a lot. Which, as many of y'all know, I'm not the jazz cat, but I like this a lot. I think it's really kind of cool. But that's very cool. So, what I can do, there's another one I have in mind too. All right, bunch of buttons here to press that I'm working on tonight. But there's another one here. Let me just mute these back. There's another one that I call a synthesizer mix. Now, when I first began doing this song, it was just piano and a whole bunch of synthesizers just kind of all over the place, right? And so I said, when I got the song back from my engineer, from my mix engineer, I said, wow, I wonder how a synthesized mix would sound on this. And so I did it. And I was like, that sounds pretty daggone cool. So I'm going to do a synth mix, okay? And a synth mix is just only the synthesizers, okay? Only the synthesizers. So there won't be any bass, no guitars, or maybe guitar solo, stuff like that. I'll probably put both guitar solos back in, but this will be only the synthesizer because I wanted this to have a fantasy world, mystical kind of feel when I wrote this song. So I put a lot of synthesizers in this song. So let's do this. I'm going to open up the synths, the synthesizer. So give me a second. We'll cut to that so you guys can see. So we'll open up the synthesizer, and this would be a synthesizer track here. Diva. Oh, but with the synth, also put the percussion in. That's cool too. And we put in piano solo, horn solo. I don't want the horn blast. I want the horn solo. I got the horn solo. Strings might work on this one too. All right, so let's start it. And as I'm hearing if you guys hear things that you might think I want to bring in, let me know. I'll bring them in. But remember, this is synthesizer. The focus on this mix is a synthesizer. So you guys are in the studio with me. All right, so here we go. I'm going to move it up a little bit because I wanted to. This would be all. This is where all the drums would be right now. So right now, drums would be playing, and then percussion comes in. This is a cool mix too. Only synthesizer, some percussions. This is even more mellow than the piano, right? cool, right? I love this verse. This sounds so cool to me. Hey Maria, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Hey Dwayne, thanks for joining. Okay, so Mike's in the piano intro.
Do you know how much I love you so? I think that's something, girl, I want you to know. I think of you all the time in this fantasy world of mine. Fantasy world of mine.
So, it's the synths. Yeah, Dwayne, that's my vocal, yes. Thanks, Dwayne. Yeah, the guitar is good, Mike. Spuddy did a really good guitar solo in this song. All right. So that would be the synthesizer mix. So let me know what y'all thought about that. No, I'm on the bass, Maria. My guitar player, Spuddy, he's on guitar. I don't play guitar. I play bass. I tried playing guitar back in the day, and I was like, this is not for me. It ain't funky enough. So I grabbed my bass, and I was a happy camper. Dwayne says it sounds nice. Okay, so Mike, I think you were saying that you tend to favor the percussive mix, right, with the drums and stuff. Well, as this one was mixing down, as we were listening down to this one, another one came into mind. So let me reset the board here. All right, so give me a second. Let me reset everything on the board. And we'll do one more, okay? We'll come with one more mix, and this one I'm gonna call a guitar mix. So this will be drums, percussion, bass guitar, acoustic guitar, lead guitar, okay? This, and maybe strings, of course the vocals as well, and the solos as well. But this should be a really, really cool mix too. So let's see what happens with this one, all right? And let me get it cranking. Let me set it up, make sure everything is good. And we got that going over there. Let me bring back the software screen. Okay, let's come back to over here and let's hit play. All right, so we'll run through it one more time. This will be a guitar mix. So that means the emphasis is going to be on guitar and bass and stuff like that. All right, it's rolling, but of course it's a piano introduction, so we're not going to hit a piano. And hang on a second. Where is bass? Guitar. Wah-wah. Electric. Acoustic. It'll come in any second now. Drums. Let's go back. Let's go back for a minute. Hang on. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Let me know what y'all think about this one. Remember, focus on guitar. Oops, forgot the piano solo. This is almost like a little jam session, really. Like a little jam session going on. Yeah, Maria, I agree. It has that Summer Madness vibe to it. I agree. But what do you guys like? Out of the mixes that we're coming up with, what do you guys like? Yeah, it does, Margaret. This flow is really nice. It's kind of, I can't put my finger on it, Margaret, but I agree with you. It just has a real slick thing about it. It get real kind of cool too. We can do something cool like this. Just put the piano in real low at the end of the song. Let me know if I'm flipping back and forth too much. make y'all seasick. Real cool version. All right. All right. Ladies and gents, there you have it. So what do you think? What, I heard a lot of feedback during, when we were playing everything back. But you guys let me know. What do you think? Out of the different versions, we had the bass mix, which is just bass primarily. And then we had the piano, string vocals, and the synth mix. And then just the guitar mix. It was just all guitar, primarily just all guitar. So Mike says he liked the first and the last version. Okay. So that would be that was a drum mix. Yeah, we had a drum mix also. Duh. So that'd be the drum mix. All right, y'all gotta keep in mind. I'm asking you guys because once we come up, I mean, we can do them all, obviously, but I'm just trying to think what you guys might like the most. I want to put out there whatever you guys might like the most, so that way, so that way I can mix that one down and give it to you guys. All right. Barkley said it's better. It's been a while. Okay, that's an old one. So let me go back. Let me go down. Where am I at here? I like the Latin flavor. Angela, you got to let me know. To me, there's nothing Latin in this song. So you have to let me know what the Latin flavor is. Dwayne said the last mix. So the last mix was the bass mix, was the guitar mix. So that's one vote for the guitar mix. Mike said he liked the first and last. So that's one more for the guitar mix and then the drum mix for Mike. Okay. But everybody else, what y'all got? I know a lot of folks out there enjoying the summertime and stuff. Mike said he loves it all. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. But I want to put out something that you guys are gonna like. Last version was phenomenal. Okay, so that was the guitar mix again. So far the guitar mix is winning. Guitar mix got 3. I thought everybody would be in the piano mix because that piano mix was like, to me, was just smooth. But everybody does that. Not too many people do a guitar mix like that. And so to me, the guitar mix is kind of unique. But I don't want to sell it. I'm just saying, but the guitar mix to me is a little bit unique. A lot of people will do a piano and string mix with vocals. So I think when it comes to this song, I think personally, the synthesizer mix and the guitar mix are kind of unique because the synth mix is just a synthesizer. It's just, all these sound textures and timbres and pads and stuff going on and on and on. And it makes that, to me, that really sounds kind of cool. But again, that's just me. I'm the composer and the producer of this song, so I can pick anything out of it because I did it. I wrote it. But I want to know from you guys. So far, the guitar mix is ahead of the game. Let me mute everything else out here for a second. Rebecca, what do you think, Rebecca? What's your take on it? And Barkley, what's your take? Angela, you have to still let me know the Latin flavor because I don't know what the Latin flavor is. Because to me, there's nothing in the song Latin. Margaret said last mix was on point. Tweak the first and last a little more. Also love the strings. Yeah, I love the strings too. Okay. So Margaret says the last mix was on point. Tweak the first and last. So the first mix was drums. So that's another one for the drum mix. And another one for the last one, which was the guitar mix. So right now, the drum mix has a vote of 2. And the guitar mix has a vote of 4. And Rebecca said the piano mix. Okay. I like the piano mix too. That's just like quiet storm, mellow, laid back. All right, so we got the piano mix. All right. All right, so where we at? Guitar mix 4, piano mix 1, drum mix 2. I'm trying to look at the song to see if there's any other mix we can pull out of it tonight, possibly. Acoustic guitar, wah-wah guitar. See, once I start doing a song with more vocals in it, which I know Barkley's gonna love, with more vocals in it, we can do vocal mixes as well, background vocals with piano mixes, whatever. The synthesizer was a little too distracting for me. Okay, that make I never thought of it that way, Mike. But yeah, I can see that because the synthesizers they were in there for texture. Drum mix was number 4. Yes, Dwayne, the drum mix was number 4. That was the very last one. No, I'm sorry. The drum mix was number 1. I think you missed that one. I think you missed that mix. We got a few more minutes. So what I'll do, let me go back in and I'll pull up the drum mix for Dwayne. I'll play a little bit of it just so Dwayne can hear it, okay? So let me pull up the drum mix. Percussion. There was no guitar in it. No piano. Piano solo was there. Vocals was there. Diva was there. And it was primarily just drums. Dwayne, it was primarily just the drums, percussion, and little other things that go on around. So I'll play that right quick so that Dwayne can hear that. All right, so here we go. Let me move it up a little bit so we're not sitting here waiting all day. Okay, here it comes. And away we go. So Dwayne, this is just drums, percussions. No guitars, no piano. Cool. So Dwayne said this is cool. How do you mean cool, Dwayne? You mean cool, you like it, you want to vote for it, or it's just cool? Okay, let me stop this. So Dwayne said the sounds of the drums and the percussions. Okay, so I think Dwayne is saying that that's a vote. You like the drum mix as well. All right, so that's three votes for the drum mix. All right. All right, so what we have here, we have the drum mix for 3 votes. We have the piano, string, and vocal mix for 1 vote. We have the synthesizer mix for 0 votes. And we have the guitar mix for a total of 4 votes. So I think the guitar mix won. All right, so I got some idea. I think what I'll do is I will mix down the guitar mix and the drum mix, being that those were the 2 top ones. As the 2 top ones, my vote is also the last mix you played. That's the guitar mix also. So that makes it 5 for the guitar. So I'm surprised everybody liked the guitar mix like that. Like, wow, you know, I honestly thought everybody was gonna say the piano and string mix. I really thought that. I said, I'm gonna go for the piano and strings, see how it makes out. But the guitar mix is what won. So I'm going to mix down the guitar mix and the drum mix. And once I get those mixed down and get everything done where it can be downloaded and all that kind of stuff, I will put it on the email list. Let everybody in the email list know. I'll announce it here on Facebook so everybody will know here. And you guys can kind of go and get these two mixes. And I'm going to do it for free. The only little thing is that for those who are not on my email list, will have to join the email list to download it. Those who are on the email list, you're already on the list, so it's all good there. You're fine. All right. So it'll be those two songs for free. I'm going to try and do it by the time the next Thursday night comes along, which will be September 23rd. So I want to do it for that night and make it available that night. So if all goes good in my world, that's what I'll do. Okay, and that'll be the 20th. I'm gonna say February again. September 23rd. That'll be the night that'll be the game night. You know, gaming on you, cause y'all be gaming me big time, boy. Y'all be beating me up in these games all the daggone time. But that'll be that night. We're gonna do some Hangman, fun animated games. So get your Hangman on. I will play the finished mixes of the drum mix and the guitar mix, and make them available. Okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed tonight. Stay tuned because on the 15th, a new Back in the Day episode is coming out. So look out for that. If you subscribe, if you haven't, go to iTunes or Stitcher or whatever you like and look for Back in the Dave and subscribe to that. And the new episode called The Entertainer, that's coming out on the 15th, which I believe is this coming Tuesday. I think it 13th. No, this coming Wednesday it'll be. All right, look out for that. And I'm not going to get much further ahead than that. If you're on the email list, you're going to see all things coming through. All right, so you folks enjoy. Have a good evening tonight. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your weekend. And I'll be posting and I'll be in touch and all the good fun stuff. All right, so until then, my grandmother said, keep on living. All right, night out.